You change this one thing about your eating right now, and you will lose body fat. Hey guys, welcome back to 5nothing100nothing.com. I am Bucket! And that stands for the fittest underdog guru using intelligent tactics. And today, guys, I'm here to tell you something very important, very timely, okay? Now, everyone's in the same boat. And there's people that can take advantage in a good way. I don't mean it in bad, but take the opportunity and, in any situation and make it a strength versus making it a weakness, okay? So, we're in a very strange time right now. And what's going on is we're trying to get through a very tough period of time. I'm trying not to use too many words, but I'm really speaking about the obvious, okay? And you're not able to maintain the lifestyle perhaps that you were accustomed to. Now I'm talking to those that may have some extra body fat to lose. If weight's always been a problem for you, you're trying to lose some body fat, and through the ages, and at least in our lifetime and our parents' lifetime, food has been very abundant, and we've had the luxury and the blessing of having so much food at our disposal. Cheap food, right? Too much food. When's the last time you had a family gathering where there was a lack of food? There's usually too much. And if you look at our expanding waistlines as a society, it's only continued to get bigger unless you have been proactive. First off, unless you have the genetics. But second of all, if you have, been the type of individual that is really, highly active and have a good rein on your nutritional intake or diet. And I just use diet, not like it's been used over the years to market certain diets and macronutrient, meaning protein, carbs, and fat, meaning the manipulation of those three macronutrients. Okay, I'm talking about just your intake of food, okay? What you ingest, that's what I mean by diet. So, you have a situation where you're not able to maintain the lifestyle you had. Go to restaurants, eat out, this and that. Where, now you go to a grocery store and you might be seeing less of most things on the shelf, right? Especially essential items. Look for dried beans, very hard to come by. I've been looking for a couple of weeks now, not for myself, but for my girlfriend, who's trying to find kidney beans or pinto beans. You can't find them. I think you could probably find some canned, but it's not as easy to find as it used to be, at least right now. So, you're going through, and a lot of you, either might be on a budget, out of work, or, again, even if you're monetarily in a good place, there's still not, as much access to the stuff that you used to have. So, you're trying to stretch that food dollar. Now, one way is to look for deals, bargains, coupons, etc. But another way, and this is what I'm getting to about this video, is that you can simply practice portion control, okay? So it's going to do a few things. One is it's going to put you in a calorie deficit, and you're going to lose body fat. Because when your body's not getting fed as much total food, it's going to start to want to feed off of something. And so it's going to start to feed off of your body fat, right? Your stored reserves. So you can look at it two ways. Either you can be, a little overweight and feel a sense of security because, you know, if you've got a little extra body fat, and if you do get sick, and if you, do run out of food, then you're going to have some reserves. But if you're trying to get rid of some unhealthy body fat, so, you know, the type that puts you in the obese category, or is also, you know, a factor in many other health-related illnesses, and trying to get to a healthy body weight, then losing some body fat is definitely something, you know, that you should be taking into consideration and actively pursuing, you know, methods in which to do that. So the easiest way, it's also going to save you in your food costs, you know, your grocery bill, is to start getting down portion control. So there's many ways to do that. With Weight Watchers, you can count points. With, you know, you can also, if you're kind of a numbers person or a sciencey geek, you can start to figure out what your calorie range is that you should be intaking, and then structuring your meals as such to where you're putting yourself in a slight caloric deficit. So you're going to eat less food. You're going to leave some food for others. So you're being good to, you know, humankind, and you're going to notice that if you do have weight-related precursors, like either pre-diabetic or you know, high blood pressure, things like that, there's a strong correlation with a healthy body weight and those things becoming a thing of the past. So I'm not trying to give you medical advice. If you're on medications, you definitely need to talk to your doctor before you get off anything. But at the end of the day, losing some body fat is going to help you in a lot of different ways. So let's say you don't want to count the calories, right? You don't want to do Weight Watchers points. You don't want to count calories because it can be tedious. Then, you know, look back to the great Bill Phillips and, you know, what he did in the 90s, what he brought to the fitness and health conversation, if I can use those words. And he used a very simple, brilliant method of portion control. If something is the size of a clenched fist or can fit in the palm of your hand, that's a portion. Now, he also recommended having, depending on male or female, between 4 and 6 feedings or meals a day. So if you're looking to have, you know, 2 meals or 3 meals, obviously your portions are going to be a little bit larger. But if you're staying in that kind of a grazing mode where you're having, you know, smaller portions and eating more frequently, which could be good for your blood sugar and insulin stability, then that's what you want to do. Of course, you want to try to always stay with whole unprocessed foods, but they're not always easy to come by right now. So, you know, whatever you have available, whatever your current dietary, you know, habits are, you know, you can make this work with anything. You know, you may not be the healthiest, but you can do it with junk food. You know, if you're only able to get to low-cost bulk foods, you know, things that you buy in many, many servings for a cheaper price, you could do it with that and still lose weight, because it's really a calorie game for most of us, outside of any health or metabolic issues. So with most people, that even helps to correct some of those issues. So just some food for thought on that. But it's the one thing I was thinking about, you know, universally, that can help you right now, and it's simple to do. And, you know, when you get a little hungry, you know, start to look at maybe the quality of the food you have. If you do have the option to buy better nourishing foods, you know, that might also help you to start to pick things that are going to be high fiber, more water dense, more fiber dense foods. If you're doing something like ketogenic diet, like I'm doing, you know, with high healthy fat foods, that's going to help satiety, fullness, so that you're not craving food like 10 minutes later. You know, fat is good for you, you know, healthy fat. Omega-3s, 6s, and 9s, you know, a nice blend of that. You could even supplement with that. You know, getting a vitamin supplement, whether it's a multivitamin mineral, omega-3, 6, and 9, some fish oil, things like that. Maybe something for gut health, healthy bacteria. There's all kinds of things you can do, guys, and do them on the cheap to make sure that you're staying healthy. So, guys, like, share, subscribe. I hope that helped. Send me a comment or a message if you'd like some more details on that and maybe your own personal situation. And I'll talk to you guys again soon. Take care.